Hello, here we go again. So, welcome to episode 7 of the Darth Henry Channel Show. I'm really excited to see you here. I'm really glad to be back. It actually feels like a long time since my last video. It's like 10 days ago nearly. I realised as well that when I got to episode 6, that is a British TV show amount of episodes, which is pretty good. So it's nice to think that I've done 6 episodes of something. That was a bit of a milestone, 6 episodes. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy with that. Right, so I started a new job this week. I've been doing something which I've never done before. I've been tarmacking. You know, if you're driving along the road and you see like there might be like yellow spray paint circles around holes in the road in the tarmac. That means that somebody from the council has come along and they've seen one of the many holes that we all get in the road, and they put a circle around it, which means that has now got a certain amount of time before somebody else from the council or a subsidiary of the council comes along and fixes it. And that's my job at the moment, and I love it. It's been really good actually. The guys I work with are really cool, and yeah, it's just been fun. So I'll show you actually. So what I'm going to do is try and cobble together. I took some videos and photos to show you what I've been up to, because I find it quite fascinating seeing how things work, you know, and how things are done. Yeah, so this is what I've been up to this week. I've been doing this. I don't know why, I just love tarmac.
I found it so fascinating.
Yeah.
That's why I'm up here open every day. I love it. Genuinely, man.
I like the smell of it as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's dead pleasing, that stuff. This edging tape looks delicious, frankly. Looks like some sort of fruity roll. Like it's made of licorice and sugar, but I wouldn't eat it. Apparently it's made of bitumen. Who's that? It's got a TV company.
You.
Oh right, yeah.
You work for our TV.
That'd be sweet.
Life on the road. Big bus coming in there, you know. So might as well hold on. I don't know about taking that other side of the roundabout.
Yeah?
He's coming now.
I'd fuck the other side.
No, I can't do that legally. I can't do it.
I mean, you're not meant to.
Oh!
You know what I'm saying?
No, he's actually coming there.
Reinforce a fucking corner.
Waiting for a fucking corner.
Hope you like that. So that's the whole tarmacking thing. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and it's quite a satisfying job to do, and I like it. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, and I think I might be doing that job for a while. So that's me covered for a bit. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are all right. I hope your jobs are going okay, and I hope you're doing all right in the heat, because it's flipping hot, and I personally hate it when it's hot. I would rather it be freezing, because I'm just not very good at dealing with the heat. It just makes me, I didn't think I've got, I mean, yeah, I've got a bit of I don't consider myself to be somebody who's got anger problems, but I do have a bit of a temper. It does happen that I get angry, but I think it's, you know, in a healthy way. It's healthy to feel emotions and for them to bubble up to the surface, and then for you to express the emotion, get it out, communicate it, perhaps ideally communicate it, talk to other people. And yeah, but I've noticed that when it's hot, I get really angry sometimes. Like today I was hoovering and I had a bit of a tantrum because my Henry Hoover kept on rolling over, and it kept on, like, it never wants to go over. It never comes through the doorway into a room. I'm like, come on, and it just goes no, and it gets hung up on it just like it does this on the door frame, and it won't go around the door frame. And I'm like, come on, you're round, just go round, and it's just like. And then I'll pull it through and it'll come through, and then it just rolls over. I wanted to kick its head in, to be honest. I wanted to kick that little Hoover's fucking head in, but I didn't. And then I sort of bashed it around a bit. But anyway, it's getting hot now. I'm thinking about it and I'm getting hot. But, you know, obviously I need to reduce the background noise in this room, so I've had to turn the fan off. I've got the window closed so that no one walking by can hear me talking to myself on camera. I've got the door closed there just because it makes the background look better. You know, I've got these things to consider being a professional video maker. So I'm getting pretty hot right now. But don't worry, I'm not going to lose my temper with you. I'm not going to get cross at you and beat you up unless you say something stupid in the comments. So it's been hot. Yeah, I hope you liked that little montage of videos and photographs of me doing my work this week. I hope that was illuminating with regards to the world of the tarmacking people who tarmac the roads and fix the roads that we drive on, that we rely on for our transport industry and for the transport of goods and people safely. Okay? Right, anyway, today, what I would like to do is address something which has been lacking so far in my YouTube channel, in the Tars Henry channel show, and that is, apart from when I was talking to Ed the other week, is music. I haven't really talked that much about music, and I know that I've got some sort of ideas about how I'm gonna put my album out. I'm gonna do that with you guys, song by song. Okay, so I've got my whole album ready to go, and what I'm gonna do is track by track put it out on YouTube and then figure out how to get it on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff later. But you guys here on YouTube, you're going to get my album first, okay? And I'm going to make a video for each song and put it out song by song. So that's how you're going to get the album. But before we do that, I would just like to just engage with you a bit about my songwriting process and how I do it, okay? Because it can be a bit of a mystery, the songwriting craft. I remember being like I don't know, I must have been about 5, maybe I was 4, but I remember sort of pacing around outside my parents' house in Norfolk when I was a little boy, and I'd be pacing around going, because I remember thinking I wanted to be a pop star even then. And I mean, a cool pop star. I mean, I'm a masculine man, and being, you know, I don't want to be some sort of like emasculated pop star. Of course, I want to be some sort of manly man pop star. A manly man pop star who's manly and cool. And anyway, but well, an alternative pop star. That alternative pop is the music that I make. I want to make music that is like, kind of, I love like Radiohead, and I love Nirvana, and I love lots of stuff. I love kind of hip hop and dance and electronic music and like Boards of Canada and stuff. I like stuff that's really good. I like soundtracks and the music to Crocodile Dundee, the theme music to Batman. There's a kind of vibe that is my vibe that I really like, and my music the music that I make, for me, represents that vibe. So I feel like there's not really much point explaining it or talking about it, but anyway, As a kid, I knew that I wanted to be a pop star. That's all I knew. I just saw pop stars on the telly, and I remember walking around like outside the house in the garden, just going, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. And I remember just saying, I don't know, over and over again, because I was trying to make up a song. So I was going, I don't know, I don't know, just round and round, I don't know. And yeah, and I just remember thinking, yeah, it's all right, this. I keep saying I don't know. It's a bit repetitive though. I'm not sure, you know. But that was my earliest memory of trying to write a song, and I remember being blown away by how, you know, you've got someone's written the words, right, and the music fits the words, and the words fit the music, and then the drums fit the music, which fits the words, and then there's other instruments which all fit, and it's like how do they do that? It's like they've assembled something like together. It's like come out of nowhere. And I remember being blown away by that sort of thing, that complexity and that mesh of things that just comes together and just fits really well straight away. It was amazing. I mean, music is amazing, and I think it activates areas all around the human mind, all over the brain. It's bits of it light up when we listen to music. So music is an incredible thing. It's an incredibly powerful thing that can change your emotions and everything like that. But what I want to do today with you is let's write a song together, okay? We're going to write a song. Let's do it, okay? Let's write a song together. Today, we're going to write a song. It's going to be great. And to make things a little bit easier, I've already done it, okay? But what I'll do is I'll take you through the songwriting process. So I don't write millions of songs. I'm not super prolific. What I do when I'm writing a song, I played guitar loads and loads and loads, and when I come up with a cool riff or a cool little musical phrase, I know it's good, and then what I do is I build something from that, and I just keep working on it until it's good. And all the way along I'm making choices, and so I don't write many songs, but when I do write, when I've done one, I'm pretty sure it's a good song. I'm happy with it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm trying to make my favourite music, and when I feel like I've succeeded in my view. So, you know, that's how I do it. If it's shit, I don't finish the song. I'm like, this is shit. So, but anyway, in 2012, I think it would have been 2012 roughly, I was messing around with this idea, which never went past a kind of doodle on my guitar. And I couldn't really come up with many words for it. I was struggling, and it just didn't, sometimes a song will catch you, and then would catch me, and then you just keep working on it until it's finished. Well, this song wasn't like that. It started off, it was very promising, but it never went anywhere. And in the end, I just thought, well, maybe I'll come back to this later. And anyway, fast forward 11 years, the other week, I was just driving a lorry, and I was thinking, it came into my head again, that riff. I was like, oh yeah, I know that. That's one of mine. That's something I did. And anyway, this is it. It's... Anyway, it goes on and on and on like that. And the chorus, it just gets... into the chorus. So I started, what happens a lot of the time is I'll come up with a thing like that, like an idea, a couple of chords or a riff of some sort, and then I just put it on a loop in my head, not usually on purpose, usually it's stuck in my head. And there's been about 3 days this week where this has just been going round and round in my head, and I've just been singing all these different words to it, like my friends Alex and Lucy Hale, I've got cats called Marley and Sable and Sage and just things like that. And something like guitarist Ed Mayle, you know, he's a friend of the show. And, you know, just stuff like that. And in the end, at one point, one bit I was pleased with, the song started to become three-leg table. I'm wobbly and unstable, like a three-leg table. Like that, you know. Or I've got wood like a three-leg table. Anyway, you try out these ideas, they go round and round and round and round and round and round in your head obsessively, you know, potentially, if that's the kind of person you are, who's fucked in the head. The words go round and round in your head, you try lots of things, and eventually you get to the point where you've got, where, when I say you, in this context, I'm talking about me. This is my creative process. So when I say you, I mean me, but anyway, we're writing a song together. So let's say when I say we, I mean me. This is what I do, but I'm sharing it with you, so it's us. Okay, we're writing a song together, but really it's me. Okay, so, but it's us. Okay, so anyway, I tried lots of different lyrics, and eventually I came up to a point where pages and pages later, in fact, what am I doing not showing you? So, right, in fact, cut to, this is my songwriting notebook. I find that it's helpful to use the same kind of notebook, the same brand every time. These have recycled pages, and I have one for each of, yeah, that's Guinness, alcohol-free Guinness, which is my current favourite drink of choice. I've got, that's my cat winding me up, trying to get my attention. This is my second guitar notebook, where I do my guitar practice and tick off all the different scales that I've practiced and when. This is my SP404. Oh, I need to stay horizontal, don't I? I'm sorry, right, okay, so SP404 machine, that's where I'm keeping my notes about that as I learn it. And then this is my just general notebook, and I'll just traverse the studio. There's the ring light for today. Wow, it looks profesh, doesn't it? Look at that microphone on a thing. Looks pretty profesh. Yeah. Anyway, there's the obligatory plant, and that was some early. Never mind. I'll chop that out. So here we go. Look, I've got my notebooks, journals, singing notebook where I've made notes from my singing lessons, and Logic Pro, Studio Notes 1 and 2. That's kind of where I looked at all different guitar pedals and wrote about them and what I thought about each one and what my notes were on comparing them in different orders and sequences, and it helped me to kind of organise my thoughts on pedals, guitar pedals, which is those babies. Yeah, so that's how I kind of organise my my brain creatively. Okay, so this song, it's gone from being called Three-Leg Table, you know, and I was trying out all these different lyrics, and then, you know, we could always be good friends, that came along. So try out lots of different lyrics, takes pages and pages. Tried out lots of white supremacy came into it. It's not them, it's me. It was anti-white supremacy, just in case you're wondering. I was talking about white supremacy as in I'm against white supremacy. I'm not promoting white supremacy. I just want that to be known. Okay, so Commonwealth, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah. So the lyrics grew. And then on Wednesday this week, they grew a bit more. See, it takes pages and pages, but you go through these different lyrics, and eventually, I think, yeah, Friday, I settled on something, and then I finalised it a bit, and now this song is called Doomscroller, okay? And the lyrics are these. So if you pause it now, you'll be able to read the lyrics. And now, that means I can kill this cat. Right, so you get to a point where you've tried loads and loads and loads of lyrics, you've sung them in loads of different ways, and you eventually get to a point where you're happy with the song and you feel like you've written the song, or where I've written this, you know, I get to a point where I feel like I've written the song, where I'm like, yep, this is it. These are the chords, this is the song. Okay, so this one, I've got to this point, it's like, on my telephone I doom scroll daily, twisted media playing, hatred games with lives besides political lies. If we don't grow up soon, everyone dies. So I've written the words, blah, blah, blah. So what's the next bit? Well, if you're going to record it, you kind of need to have a solid rhythm. You decide on a tempo. So anyway, I'll show you how I do the rhythm bit. I'll show you how I do the drums, which used to be terrifying to me, and I used to not be able to do it, and it used to give me a lot of stress. But I've got a kind of process for doing the drums now, and I'll show you that. This is iMachine 2 by Native Instruments, and this is the drums that I have settled on. That I made. I finished these, in fact I started them yesterday and I finished them yesterday. They're not fully tweaked. Let's just quickly put it on here. Right, they're not 100%, it's not done yet. This whole song is not done, but what I want to show, what I'm just showing you is in Native Instruments iMachine. First of all, I sing the song in my head and I like tap the rhythm. I'm not doing, well, it's 1 2 2, but and I basically use this app to make a beat, and I don't think there's going to be long enough really for a full tutorial on this. I'm trying to just give you a brief overall look on how I make my music, or how a lot of my music has started or begins. So this is a kind of a quick whistle stop tour of it all. You know, this kind of thing. Yeah, and then I've got more. But anyway, I've got all these different sounds, and what you do is you mess around with it and you create patterns, and then all together, in the top, this is like a scene. So you have different patterns which form scenes, and then you can have all the drum kits or not all of the drum kits, and you can copy and paste, and then you can press them and slide them around to the end of the song. And anyway, if you play the song over and over again with the guitar in your lap, I found that I can structure the drums as, you know, in a kind of it's very interactive and easy, and I like using this app. In fact, I love using this app because it's simple enough that I can understand it and I can use it, and I can make electronic sounds and the kind of wicked electronic beats that I like, that kind of dance music friendly. You know, I like heavy kicks and subs and all that kind of good stuff, and that people can dance to. Electronic music is kind of like to me it feels a bit more otherworldly and science fiction-y and sci-fi, and I just like it. I love electronic music. What iMachine does is it allows me to do it. And anyway, so this is what I've come up with so far. Right, so start here. So the drums slowly build up, and then when the chorus kicks in, I add a really deep sub bass kick. So it's very simple, and those are the drums. That's the drum sounds that I like, and that's the kind of structure that I've settled on. I think it's pretty good, and so that's where I'm at now. I've written a song, I've come up with the basic drum beat. The next thing that I would do is bring it into Logic on my computer there, on the iMac, and then record things in there, record everything, and then this is the big brother of that. So Native Instruments makes this, but it also makes this app. So you come up with a project, you choose all of your different sounds, you have a sound library which you can have your own sounds, and anyway, it's just like I say, it's simple enough to to get your head around quite easily and intuitively. If you're interested, you can get your head around it quite easily. It's no more complicated than Twitter or something like that, you know, or maybe it is, but yeah, it is. Yeah, if you're interested, you can get your head around it quite easily, and then what you can do is you import this project or export the project, just the audio or export from machine, which means you're exporting it as a project. So you can just send the audio directly out into your phone, into your folders, or wherever you want to upload it to, or you can export the project into your computer, which you can then use this with to control it and to kind of go a lot deeper with your effects and your processing and your production and your editing, and you can really make it a lot posher and a lot fancier. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of where I go with the rhythm. I use Native Instruments Machine, and I start off with Native Instruments iMachine 2, which is the latest version of it so far for iOS, and I love it. It's really, really good, and for me, it just everything. It sounds the way I want it. My beats and my bass lines and my synthesizers and stuff like that. It sounds the way I want it to sound already. So it's great. All right, Future Henry here. This is the reason why, instead of it being 1 week from episode 6 to episode 7, it's been 2. This reason is using a computer, a digital audio workstation, a DAW, to finesse your musical project is amazing. It's like the future. It's democratized music production and creativity in that sense, but it's also really it's a lot to learn. The last thing you saw was about a week ago, and then a week ago from today. Today's Sunday. This video is coming out today. I've got to finish it, but yeah, so I've spent the week, I've been going to work, and then I've been coming home. I've been messing around with compression and EQ and effects and copying and pasting audio files, and then what I do is I sort of print off the song. It's called bouncing. I bounce it all down onto one WAV file, a WAV WAV file, and that's just an industry standard audio file, better than an MP3 really, I think. But I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. I'm just I've learned enough. I'm still learning, but I've learned enough so that I can do what I want to do, and from now on it's just a question of improving the process. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll print it off. I'll listen to the whole project on my phone, just through the iPhone speakers, because that's how a lot of people are going to listen to it. That's how a lot of people are going to hear it, frankly. I listen to it in my car, which is how I like listening to music when I'm driving along. It's where I listen to music a lot. And through my little Bluetooth speaker. I try and listen to it through lots of different types of speakers. And that, it gives you a really good idea of which bits, if the drums need to be a bit louder, if the kicks aren't loud enough, or if the snare isn't loud enough, or if the backing vocals are too loud, all this kind of thing. Listening on different sets of speakers gives you a better idea about where you are with your song. But this is a process that can be fraught with obsessive difficulties, where you just you can't stop working on it, you can't stop thinking about how you could make it better, and it's great, it's really exciting. But I suppose it's like being a gamer or something like that, it takes up your whole brain and all of your free time. So I've just been going to work and editing my music, but yeah, you end up with a lot of washing up to do, with a pile of laundry that you haven't done, realising that you haven't had a shower yet today, or maybe even yesterday, and yeah, but this is the creative process, guys. So yeah, this is how the pros do it. But anyway, well done. We've got to the end of the process. Between us, we've made it. And now we've compressed and EQ'd and worked all of the magic that we currently possess the knowledge of how to use. We've worked all that magic, and now I can present to you Doomscroller. I hope you like it. I hope you think it was worth the wait, and I hope you enjoy it. Telephone, I doom scroll daily, twisted media playing hatred games with lives beside political lies. If we don't grow up soon, everyone dies. Loss of species in the climate crisis, fundamentalist Christians, ISIS obfuscate, divide and crush. See how it's always them and it's never us. But there's a commonwealth. You could always be unfeeling, and we could always be good friends. If people are not means but ends, I know the suffering, it's contagious. Pain is a flame that trains us. Self-aware is aware of awareness. Conscious beings, we shine, we share this. It's in the animals, plants and stones. Ever present, we know, we know, we know. But there's a commonwealth. Alright guys, well, thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed it, and it's been a lot of work this week, but it was definitely worth it. I've had a really fun time, and I look forward to hanging out with you again next week on the Tars Henry Channel Show. And now I'm going to go and do some washing up and have a shower, maybe clean my teeth. Cheers guys, I'll see you later. Tars Henry Channel
Tars Henry Channel Show. Tars Henry Channel Show. Tars Henry Channel Show.
Tars Henry Channel Show.
Tars Henry Channel Show.